How's it going, everybody? Rob here, back with another video for you guys. And, well, we're going to be doing another review of... I'm going to be a little bit, as I'm still creating these videos, I'm going to be a little bit late to the party in terms of discussing these episodes. But, yeah, The Boys, Season 4, Episode 3. We'll keep the red flag flying here. This has been, so far, been an interesting show. And in terms of, like, what happens, we get Sage and Firecracker introduced into the Seven. With that, Butcher and Kessler, discuss getting Ryan, like, trying to get him. On one side, you have Kessler kind of saying, "Hey, we should kind of abduct him, force him," but also a lot of the situation with, like, the Deep kind of getting shit on, which plus for me, because I really fucking hate the Deep. We do have a moment with Ryan and Butcher. A-Train has a meeting with MM. Which was them discussing things. Kimiko and Frenchie search for in some way, kind of like try to search for the people that turned her into a soup. Though during this whole situation, like of them trying to find the hideout for what I think it was called the Rising Sun. Frenchie inevitably started taking drugs, probably because of what's going on with him, and he is like while they're on this mission, he's just like tripping balls, and he's feeling really guilty for the people he killed. We do have a meeting with Homelander, Sage. And they try to figure out a leak in Vought, and Homelander ends up killing that person. Starlight and Firecracker have a little bit of beef, and we find out why. We do have this whole, like, oh my gosh, like, how do I even describe it? It's basically like Vought on ice, where it's like a musical version of all of the characters, far from what they are actually in the show, which was interesting. Huey ends up working with MM during this whole, like, ice performance, and they find a meeting. They find out there's a meeting between Newman and Homelander. Huey ends up getting inside the air ducts to try to listen in and set recordings, or like at least try to hear what they have to say. Though he gets caught and he gets almost killed by Homelander, Huey is saved by A-Train. And I'm gonna say this, like, going back to kind of Frenchie and Kimiko, I feel like right, I think I've talked about it in one of the earlier videos, is it was kind of all of a sudden where you had this whole situation, like they were kind of setting up for the last couple of seasons, where there is this genuine, like, connection between Frenchie and Kimiko. And it even grew even further with Season 3. But just with everything going on, like Frenchie having like these feelings with this one guy who he's also conflicted because he killed his family, and basically just being completely fucking unfair to Kimiko. Like, I just, like, part of me just can't stand the guy. Can't stand the guy at this point. Huey ends up consoling his mother about or not consoling, but confronting his mother about what's going on. Butcher ends up confronting Kessler in like in terms of what they're going to be doing with this mission, their project. Towards the very end of the episode, something that was really crazy was you had a moment with freaking the Deep approaching Sage, who kind of seemed kind of whacked out, and ends up fucking the Deep, which I don't want to think about that, because I don't think anybody wants to fuck the Deep, but either way. And after during like the start of that, it pans off to a tool on her coffee table, and it looks like it's covered in blood. Now, I have to, like, looking at it, and I was thinking, what could that possibly be? And for some reason, like, I can't figure out what that was, and maybe it has some importance. Towards the very end of the episode, though, we do have a confrontation between Homelander and Ryan. Homelander being kind of completely pissed off that Ryan went to go see Butcher. And being very, very, very cold about Ryan going to see Butcher. So, and that is, at least in terms of notes, that's what I put down. All in all, I mean, with everything, like, this episode was really good. I really, really freaking enjoyed it. The potential, like, chase of, like, Huey in the air duct trying to get away from Homelander was a lot of fun to watch. Because partway through, like, when Homelander realizes it's him, he basically, like, flies up and... no, first he tries to laser the air duct. Then goes, like, just flies up and crushes the metal as he's rising up into the air duct to see where Huey's at. And during the chaos, he ends up killing a few of the... No, first he kills one guy. And then it just transpires to, like, this chain reaction of, like, ice skaters being completely just destroyed. It was a mess. It was a hot mess, but it was an enjoyable hot mess. So, anyway, all in all, you know, this was a... And also, by the way, another thing I want to point out is, you know what? As much as I'm not liking him right now, like, just, I would say, like, one of my favorite things is Kimiko trying to find freaking closure with her, like, between the two of them. You have Kimiko who's trying to find closure for, you know, what happened to her, what she became, and, like, finding the people who did that to her, to Frenchie, who has done a lot of bad in the past. And at this point, being very toxic. I hate to use that word, but it's like, that's what he is right now. He's being very toxic. Not just to him, not just to Kimiko, not just to this guy that he's been fucking, for lack of a better word, but I would say pity fucking, considering the fact that, again, he killed his family. He's doing kind of the opposite of what Kimiko was doing, where he's not really I would say, like, not accepting or not taking full responsibility for what he did. Or not even, like, you know, letting anybody know about it. So, anyway. All in all, this was a good episode. And if I were to have to give it a rating, it's going to be a 7 out of 10. In terms of the episode, I enjoyed it. I kind of wish there was a little bit more, but that's just me. So, yeah, 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. So, anyway, um, that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, it's all in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care, and I'll see you guys next video.